Hey guys, this is Ian Withrow, and in this video we're going to be looking at the deadlift, specifically the conventional style deadlift. So to begin, you're going to place your feet. You're going to want at least your toes past the bar. Sometimes people like to have about half their foot or a third of their foot past the bar, but you definitely want to be close to the bar. You only want about half an inch to about an inch gap between the barbell and your shins. From there, you're going to place nice long arms, take a nice deep breath. Some people like to take their breath at the bottom. The way I do it and the way I'll demonstrate it is I like to grab my air at the top because my legs get in the way of my belly. Place your hands outside of the width of your feet on a conventional deadlift, just like you see here. Notice how close my shins are to the barbell. You want to keep that barbell as close as you can to your body as you're pulling it up. It'll make it a lot easier and it'll reduce the pressure on your back. Plus, it's much more efficient. As you see here, you see a little bit different perspective. The same type of setup. What I'm doing here, wiggling my feet around, I'm really trying to screw my feet into the ground. I'm really trying to get a nice, good grip on the ground. You're going to take a nice deep breath. Imagine your arms are hooks. You're not going to be pulling with your arms. You're going to be pulling with your back and your hips, your glutes, and your hamstrings. So from here, get in a nice good positioning. Notice how my hips are below my shoulders. My eyes are following the same direction as my nipples. As I get past my shins, I approach my knees. As I get close, once I pass my knees, I am going to think about pushing my hips forward, and all from there, it is just hip power right there. So really, as you're pulling it off the ground, imagine pushing your feet through the floor, and then once you pass your knees, just imagine pushing your hips forward, and that'll help you lock out much better and much more efficiently, much more explosively as well. We're going to look at a different angle in a moment. We're going to look at the side view. Alright, so now you see the same setup. I always like to start with my feet and work my way up. So get your feet planted in the ground. You want to make sure your heels are on the ground. Some of you newer people, newer to the deadlift, once you bend down, think about sitting your hips back. Almost like, just as you see here, sitting the hips back, bending the knees. Notice how my back is flat. My lower back is not rounded. My eyes are following the same direction as my nipples. And as I come past my knees, I push my hips forward, locking out at the top. You don't want your shoulders rounded at the top. You want to stand up nice and tall. Keeping my heels on the ground the entire range of motion throughout the lift. A lot of you newer lifters may have trouble with the flexibility or just trying to get comfortable. Really sit back into the deadlift. You don't want your weight going past the barbell. You really want to try to sit back, sit the butt back a little bit more. What happens is if you sit too far forward, what's going to happen is you're going to probably have your hips a lot higher than they should be, and they might even end up higher than your shoulders, which you'll put yourself in a very, very bad situation. So now you're just seeing a full speed version of the lifts. Hopefully hopefully this video helps you with your deadlift. Hopefully you can utilize the deadlift in your training. The deadlift is one of the best compound movements you can use. This is Ian Withrow, and we'll see you guys in the next video.